Hi, this is Rahim Zulfikar Ali from Excel Basement. In this video tutorial, we will learn how to use effectively and efficiently advanced filter feature available in the data tab. And we will also look at its limitation, and we will be learning another method with the dynamic array formulas to fetch the data and also to analyze the data as well. So stay connected and let's learn something new. So I will show you first the demonstration of the advanced filter feature available. Okay, now in this particular scenario, I have a data which consists of 4 columns: employee code, date, time in and time out. Okay, and there are a lot of employees data is available for the month of generally October and November 2025. Okay, so you can see that as well. Now it's not mandatory to having a sorted data. If the data is unsorted, this technique will work as well. Okay, now what I need is that there are a lot of employees in this particular data set, and I need to filter some list of employees from that data. Now traditionally what I can do is I can select the entire data, then go to the data tab and click on filter, and then I will manually open this filter menu and I need to select one by one each of the employee which is required. Now the list is very large. Okay, and I need to apply this manually, that with what are those employees who are needed to be filtered. So I mean, this will take a lot of my time and effort as well. Okay, so I need a solution that quickly filter a list of employees which is required from the data to be filtered. Okay, so I hope you have understood the query, that we have a large database of all employees, right? And we need to quickly select some particular employees as a list, and we don't need to do it manually one by one. I mean, that will take a lot of time and efforts. Okay, so we have two solutions in this particular video. One will be the advanced filter, and I will show you that limitation as well, and then we'll switch to the dynamic array formulas as well. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so now we have a simple data, okay, which consists of around 2300 rows. Okay, and this particular data is already being converted into a table format. Okay, and I have named this range or table as a data. Okay, all right, next, in the next sheet I have a list of all those employee codes which I need to filter quickly. Okay, now I have not created this list into my this database sheet, because once I apply the advanced filter, that will hide as well. Okay, so for that purpose I have created a separate sheet where I have put all those employee codes which are needed to be filtered at once glance. Okay, so let's get started. We will go to the data tab and we'll click on advanced. Okay, so that will pop up a window called advanced filter. Now which kind of action required? You want to apply the filter in on this particular data set, or you want to fetch the results onto a new sheet, onto another location? So we need to filter particularly on this particular data set. So the action will be applied on the data set directly, not on, we don't need to copy to the another location. If in this case, you can select that option, copy to another location, but we need to filter applied on particular this data set. Okay, so the list range is the range of my data set which is being already selected, so you need to make sure that you have selected that correctly. Okay, the next thing is that criteria range. So we'll click on this arrow, we'll go to the list and we'll select that entire column. Okay, where I have already converted that into a table format. The name of this list is list and column name is employee code. Okay, and let's click OK. So as soon as I click OK, you can see that my data is being filtered correctly. So what I needed is first I needed employee number 2, then 5, then 7, then 9, 10, 12. Okay, and you can see 2, 5, 7, 9, and you can see that those which are not a part, that rows has already been hidden here. Okay, so it was very easy to apply the advanced filter, but the limitation of advanced filter is that if I add one more employee code here, for example, D001, so this will not get updated. I need to rerun the entire process. How? I need to clear the filters again, and then I will again go to the advanced. Okay, select the list range. That's my entire data table. Okay, and then again the criterion. So I need to go again because my one record has been updated, or might be some record has been deleted. So my list has been revised. So I need to make it again. Okay, I don't need to check this unique record because each employee has a multiple record. That understood. Let's click OK. And now if I can see, now the employee code 1 has been available here, and then 2, 5, 7, whatever the list code has there. Okay, so this means that if any changes will occur in future here in the list, okay, in this particular employee code list, we need to rerun the advanced filter. But it is a good feature where you just need to filter the multiple employee codes at once rather than doing it manually. So as you can see here, okay. Another thing you need to make sure, and that is very important, is that the heading of this particular criteria should be same. So if you can see in my database, the first column heading is employee code, and the list heading should be the same employee code. Because if you write, for example, list here, and when you apply the advanced filter criteria, it will not work. So your heading should be same, but your list should not be sorted. I mean, if you have unsorted list and unsorted database, it will still work for you, but the heading should be same in the both sides, so that the advanced filter should work properly. Okay, so that's how advanced filter can filter multiple criteria employee codes at a quick glance. Okay, but definitely when you have more criteria, you need to rerun the process. So in the solution number 2, what I will be doing is, again, I have the data here. Okay, and employee code, date, time and timeout. Let's add another column, call it as duration. Okay, and let's say out time minus time in. Okay, and that will give you the responses. If in case the format is not correct, make sure you select the column control 1 and go to the custom and type H:MM. Okay, so that's the format should be there. So we now have the duration as well, and we will do some analytics as well, okay, on this particular data set. So now if you can see here, I have a list where all the employee codes needs to be filtered from the database, but I will not apply advanced filter because I know the limitation of that as well. So I will be using the filter function and some dynamic array functions as well for the analytics in Excel 365. So if you have this version, you can do that very easily. Let's start equals to filter, get all the data. So I have already named as data as a table format from my database sheet. Okay, and in the include function argument, I will put is number match. So the lookup value will be from the data employee codes that will and the lookup array will be this existing list. So this name is as list, and then exact match, and let's close the bracket. Now what happens, all the records of the required list of employee codes has been fetched through filter function very easily. Okay, so that's how you can use this dynamic array function, filter function, which is available in Excel 365. Okay, that's easy. And the advantage of this as well, so for example, if I go at the end of my list and if I add new employee codes, for example, D021, okay, so what happens if I go here and apply the filter, so I can find that D021 is available. So that's how it's dynamic and update instead of using the advanced filter feature from the menu that needs to be rerun again and again when your criteria changes. But here, this is the best thing about the dynamic arrays is when you add more criteria. For example, D022, okay, and that's updated. And if I open this filter menu so you can see that this has been updated successfully. That's cool. Okay, so you can use this filter function with is number and match to have the multiple list numbers, or you can say employee codes, to be get fetch their records and multiple records from the database, right? Another thing which I done additionally is that, so this is a very good function, filter function, which can fetch the multiple records of a certain criteria. Okay, and when there are multiple criterias, you can use is number with match as well. Okay, now further what I needed is I need to group or do some analysis based on that. I need the employee code and I need to sum the duration for the month of October and then for the November and whatever the months are available for that employee. Okay, so for that I have used the dynamic array formulas, where you can see I have combined different functions like let, unique, hstack, map, lambda, drop. Okay, so this is how you can use the power of dynamic array formulas to further, not just to fetch the data properly and dynamically, but also to do the analytics. Okay, if you don't have the Excel 365, if you don't have these kind of dynamic array formulas, you can create a pivot table as well for this particular data set, and the outcome will come in this way as well. You need to also make sure that once you fetch the results from the filter function, the formats of these time and dates are correct. If not, sometime the data look like this. So what you can do is select the column and then press Ctrl Shift 3 to have the proper date formats. And for the time in, time out, go select the column, Ctrl 1, and make sure that you have in the number tab, click on custom, and in the type H:MM to have the correct format. Okay, and once you have this, just select the entire data, create a pivot table, drag the employee code, then date. Okay, now it's already being grouped. Okay, so that's cool. And now what we need is the duration into the values. Let's do the correct formatting. Right click, go to pivot table options. In the display, select classic pivot table layout and right click, value field settings, will select the sum instead of count, and that's it. So now you can see that we have the total number of hours are now available here. So for the employee D002 for October and November, you can see that's the similar thing which we have derived from dynamic array formulas like this. Let me show you. Here it is. So if you don't have these functions for at this point of time, no worries, you can create similar kind of thing with the pivot table as well. Okay, and I hope you have the filter function. That's very a good function, better than XLOOKUP as well. Okay, so in this particular video we have seen two solutions for the multiple criterias to be filtered quickly. One was the advanced filter, and we look at their limitations as well, but this works very cool as well. But if we need a dynamic solution, we'll create this kind of scenario and then apply these functions. Okay, thank you.